Life without music, it would be a mistake. Words by Friedrich Nietzsche. I have realized that we are in a vicious circle, where many people complain about bad music, and I include myself. You can hardly listen to new proposals that really make you grow. Intelligence can be developed thanks to music, but it can also deteriorate. Shows of it we have it in some experiments that I cannot say here, since they threw my work back to me. You know who. But we all say that somewhere else. Stay tuned to give you the data. That's why I decided to make this video and share a few proposals. But first of all, I would like to talk to you about what music is. Music is the art that consists of combining sounds harmonically with the purpose of evoking a state of consciousness in the listener. For this, time and compass are used. When you play a musical instrument for object, a sound is produced. This sound has no meaning. It's as if I said, "ko." Nobody would know what "ko" means. But if I add "crocodile," already sounds crocodile. Immediately, an image appears automatically in your mind. Likewise happens with the sounds. They transmit feelings that unconsciously cannot be explained. However, this can be studied to consciously discover the feelings that come out of your interior and how you reflect them socially. There is a pretty dark study that was made a long time ago. It was made by a supposed philosopher, but for me it was not a philosopher. For me, he was an engineer of structures of slavery through young music. But we have to behave and be obedient. I have to tell you in that other place I mentioned earlier. But if music is art, then we have to know what art means. Let's see. Art is the activity product of the need of the human being with the aesthetic purpose of communicating, by which ideas, emotions, or a worldview are expressed through various resources. Let's see some of them. Linguistics, as poets. Plastic, like sculptors. Bodily, like the dancers. Sounds, as musicians. And mixed as the opera or the cinema. And if art is aimed at aesthetics, let's see what it means. Aesthetics in art is the study to determine beauty. Although afterwards other philosophers came to tell us that aesthetics are subjective due to the culture of the societies, when in the personal thing it is quite objective. But is culture natural? Or can it be manufactured? Art is the key piece for the culture of society. Then, let's see what culture is. The culture is adaptive. It is learned and it is inculcated. What culture do we have? How is it reflected in our society? All your world, through social influence. And who gives you that influence? Who is that society? It is your family, friends. But above all they are the mass media, since these media are that feed your family influence information all that huge and majestic quantity of quality art. Well. Formerly, religious representatives were the ones who played the role of the media. Therefore, art is a form of manifestation of culture, since it is the element that represents the social culture context of any era. It is enough to see, to hear works of art of any historical date, to really give us an account of what society was like in other times. But above all, open your eyes and see our culture in the present. Who are interested in imposing a culture? With what purpose? It is assumed that aesthetics should not try to regulate and condition personal taste, but help to develop and fine-tune that taste. Do you think they are helping us to develop and refine that personal taste? For that we have to see what values are in art. But that is a fairly extensive topic, and I would like to share you in another video. Here in this channel, ask yourself what is an artist? Many people believe that artists are lazy, that their activities are practically useless. I want to clarify that a pseudo artist is not the same as an artist. So most people feel prey to this ignorant confusion. When people visit other places, unconsciously what they must request is to know the art, architecture, museums, going to restaurants, or being in the middle of transport you listen to the music of the place. Most people think that an intelligent person must be a technician or a scientist that produces useful material things. Production, ignoring that art is the element that develops sensitivity and creativity that drives the innovation of anything or concept. The artist is often seen as a social misfit, an audacious, a great destroyer of prejudices that sometimes goes ahead of its time, and with fine sensitivity gives artistic form to the changes that are being operated in the moral standards of society, and his work, endowed with great suggestive power, it acts on the mentalities of people. I want to ask some thoughtful questions here. To this day, you think that the supposed musicians for the masses, are they bold? Are they opposed by the power? Or they are puppets without talent? Are you getting ahead of your time? And if what they do is get ahead, what is waiting for us? Anyone will tell me that these pseudo-artists are social misfits because they destroy and break the law. But that's just a screen to induce the shift to the stupid acts that makes them, well, better. Let's continue. Great artists who denounce the great powers left displaying in strange circumstances. And those who want to do it are intimidated to have that same whereabouts, or else nobody promotes their work. Who promotes the work of artists? Who chooses them to go out in the media? And yes, these pseudo-artists, they are certainly operating in the moral standards of society. We ourselves have to look for those artists of good quality. Wait for the powerful media to give us everything. It's like becoming domesticated animals, waiting to receive your endowment. An authentic animal seeks its own food. That's what we make the following proposal. We will upload weekly a video playlist with a minimum of 5 songs. Of course, we cannot reproduce them due to copyright, but we will leave the name of the songs and their authors, in addition to the links where you can visit to listen to each song or piece of music. In this way, your auditory world will expand. We will also like you to be able to support us with your search. In this way, you propose and share pieces of good quality music. Leave us your proposals in the comments of this weekly video playlist. In this way, we will propose only the best music in future video playlists. Fewer complaints and more proposals. We have to do something to improve, since nobody else will do it for us. We are the ones who have to push the artists out of anonymity. In this way, good music will return. Let's look for artists from the past, but also of the present. Sharing the work of good artists, we will have the option to complain less about what they supposedly cannot control. We are also thinking of opening a space to promote the work of talented people in all areas, not only of YouTubers, but for that we have to be a bigger group in this channel, so that we can all cooperate in making ourselves known and publishing our work. Some are born with talent, but in any way they work on it. Others have to work very hard to be able to polish what makes us happy. It's time to work and practice. Only then you will be able to like people, and where I will offer you a space for you to do it. I want to give you some words that many are forgetting. Fine arts. Reflection. If you like the video, I invite you to come and see other videos that Leon and I have. Thank you! We are a channel which exposes themes from many areas converted into satire or sagas, but above all, those who are focused on a probable bleak future. We analyze songs and films with the aim of informing and sharing knowledge. The videos that we make will take Leon and I according to the theme. This is why we address issues of all kinds, from those who appear to be good as bad, but also give recommendations and proposals. We put our grain of